In this video, I'm going to go through transformation of shapes and I'm going to focus on reflection. So transforming shapes means changing the shape. This can be done by translation, which means moving a shape, reflection, rotation, or enlargement. To reflect a shape, you need to be able to draw the mirror lines when given their equations. And there are some equations of lines that you need to know very well. So I'm going to have a look at that. The first type of lines are x equals lines. So this blue line here is the x equals 3 line. That's the equation of the line. You can see that this line cuts the x-axis at x equals 3. Any vertical line is an x equals line. If I have a line here, that's a vertical line. I'm not using a ruler, so I'm just keeping it a dotted line. That cuts the x-axis at -6, so it's an x equals -6 line. Equally, the line could be at the y-axis. So this line here, the one I'm highlighting in green, this goes through, this cuts the x-axis at 0, so this is the line x equals 0. So any of these vertical lines are x equals lines, and you need to know that. So vertical lines are x equals lines. Horizontal lines are the exact opposite, because they go through the y-axis, they cut the y-axis. So horizontal lines are y equals lines. So this one is y equals -5 because it cuts the y-axis at -5s. So horizontal lines are y equal lines. So this horizontal line here, even though it is the x-axis, this is the line that cuts the y-axis at 0, so it is called y equals 0. The other two lines that you need to know are the line y equals x, which is this line here. It is a diagonal line, and it's not just a diagonal line that goes through 0, but it's a diagonal line where the coordinates are exactly the same. So this coordinate is the coordinate 2, 2. It's 2 in x and 2 in y. This coordinate is 6, 6. 6 in x, 6 in y. That's why it's called the y equals x line, because when you look at a pair of coordinates, they will always be identical numbers. The other line you need to know, very similar but it slopes the other way, it has a negative gradient, is the line y equals -x. Now the reason it's a y equals -x, if you look at a pair of coordinates, so let's have a look at this one. This is -6 and a +6. So one of the coordinates is going to be negative, the other one is positive. If I pick a point on here, it will be the exact opposite. When x is positive, y is negative. And that's why one of them is a positive and the other one is a negative. But you need to be able to plot all of these lines. You might also be given equations in the form y equals mx plus c, so something like y equals 2x plus 1. But these are rare and you will need to be able to plot these lines as well. So the first example says, reflect triangle A in the line x equals 1. So the first thing you need to do is get your ruler, and you need to draw the line x equals 1, which is a line that cuts the x-axis at 1. So that's the line x equals 1. To reflect, you need to take one vertex at a time, and you need to move from the vertex, so I'm starting with the green one, from the vertex towards the mirror line. That takes one step, and then you need to go out by one step as well. So you're doing exactly the same distance from the shape to the mirror line, from the mirror line and out. So the first vertex is going to be here on the y-axis, and that's fine. Then the blue line is, the blue vertex is going to be the same. It's one step to the mirror line and one step out. So I'm there. And then the pink one, I am moving 1, 2, 3 steps to the mirror line. So I'm going to move 3 steps away from the mirror line. 1, 2, 3. And that is my new triangle. Again, you need to get a ruler, you need to have a sharp pencil, and you need to connect the lines to make your new triangle. And this example says reflect triangle B in the line y equals x. The first thing you need to do is to draw the line y equals x. So I've got 0, 0. I've got 4, 4. And -4, -4. Here are my 3 coordinates. And if I join them, I draw the line y equals x. Because this is a diagonal line, I recommend you move diagonally towards the mirror line from your vertex to the mirror line. So I'm going to color code my vertices, and I'm going to start with the green one, and moving diagonally across the grid means I'm taking half a step towards the mirror line and I'm half a step away. So this is my first vertex. I'm going to do the same with the pink one. I've moved from the pink one diagonally towards the mirror line, and that took me 1 square. So I'm moving away diagonally again 1 square. And then the blue vertex, I've moved 1 square and then half a square to reach the mirror line. So I'm moving half a square and then 1 square out as well. And now I have my vertices. I can again use a ruler and connect to make the triangle. Make sure you're using a ruler, make sure you have a sharp pencil as well. And the final thing they could ask is for you to describe the transformation. They won't tell you if it's a reflection, an enlargement, a translation, or a rotation. You have to decide that. And to describe the transformation, the first thing you need to do is say which one it is. If it's a reflection, you need to say that it's a reflection. And you also need to write the equation of the mirror line. So the question will say, describe fully the single transformation that maps shape A to shape B. How does shape A become shape B? And it's a single transformation because only one transformation has happened. It's either a reflection or a rotation or a translation or an enlargement. But it can't be two or more of those. So this looks like a reflection. So the first thing we're going to do is say this is a reflection. And then we have to decide where the mirror line is. Well, the mirror line is like a line of symmetry. It's the same distance between the two shapes. So if I just put this here, do I see the same distance? So from here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that looks like the same distance to me. If I have done it incorrectly, I would have rubbed it off and tried again. So this is a vertical line. So it's going to be an X line because it cuts the X-axis and it cuts the X-axis at -2. So this is a reflection in the line X equals -2. You could say in the line, or you could say in the mirror line. It doesn't matter, it means the same thing. So this is a reflection in the line X equals -2, and you would get full marks, 2 marks usually for these type of questions.